Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike. I hope you are all doing well. Just checking the volume. Give me 1 second to make sure we have sound. Or are we? Yes, we have. Sorry about that. I couldn't hear myself through the microphone. Good morning to you all. Good morning, KB. Good morning, Hidden Agendas. Good morning, Danny. Good morning, Eugene. I hope you're all doing well. This is the biggest day in crypto history. Not only because it's FOMC day, but because tonight we have the very first ever Quid game. 7 p.m. tonight, the 29th of January. We are going to run it for the first time. It's going to go wrong. Things are going to break. I know, but it's the first time we've done it. I've posted some screenshots up for you to see. This is tonight at 7 p.m. This is the first one we've done since Halloween. So we're excited to get this off the ground. So that's tonight. Do not miss it. It is going to be fun. So that's tonight. The FOMC meeting is happening today. There's a lot of de-risking going on at the minute. We obviously saw it with the AI DeepSeek that went on Sunday. This is one of those weeks where I personally wouldn't be leverage trading. Just stick to your guns, hold everything tight, and that's all you've got to do. We've got a busy show, as always. We've got a busy show, but this is the first of 2 shows today. We are going to be going through MetaBuy. MetaBuy are basically a version of MicroSailors. MicroStrategy, we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about the starter pack. What crypto should you be buying, according to this expert, that you should have in your wallet if you're starting today? We're going to go through that. The Ripple lawsuit has vanished. We're going to talk about that. Radium, one of the biggest pumpers at the beginning of the week. We're going to talk about what Radium is and why you should maybe think about having a DEX bag. We're going to talk about Ondo and Ripple combining forces. We're going to talk about the Sui hack. And then, if we have any time, we're going to go through a Q&A and the conclusion. Remember, this is a two-way stream. If you've got questions, ask them in chat. Smash the like button, give us a follow, say hello, do all of those things. Depending where you are, we've dropped a red packet, which will open in about 30 minutes' time. Make sure to check that out. Yesterday, we did a live stream on Snake AI. That, I believe, is going live today or tomorrow. Massively, massively impressed by how simple that project is. Not massively impressed as to what's going to happen with the price action. It's a game. The game is cool. The community element of the game is cool, but I think the price action is just not going to, it's not going to be there. I don't think it's going to hold value. But the game and the rewards you make from the game, it's going to be a good project. Not a massive project, but it's going to be a good project to take an eye on. So make sure to go and check out Snake AI. Bottom left-hand corner, we're coming up on 192,000. Nearly at 200,000. It is going to be late, but there you go. Again, let's get into it. As we can see on the screen, 11:03, we are live. I am not a recording. I am certainly not an AI voice and face. I mean, what AI in the world would come up with this face? I mean, seriously, you know, it wouldn't be, would it? It would be a 20-year-old Korean girl. That's what you would do if you wanted AI. What's happening in the markets? Nothing really, 102,000. Pretty much the same as we were yesterday. Ethereum coming in, still over 3,100. XRP has moved 2 cents, I think, since yesterday's stream. Yesterday's stream feels like it was 5 minutes ago. It's really weird. I feel like I was sitting here talking to you like this morning. That's how weird the day has been. Tether, the worst investment you could ever make in crypto is to buy Tether. It hasn't moved in 4 years. Solana at 230. I think today's one of those days where there's a lot of movers up and down. The market is stable-ish, so we're going to see some gainers and some losers. Move, there's a lot of talk about that and chatter about Move. I do believe that World Liberty Finance bought Move yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Dog with Hat is up. Potenza, Uniswap, the coin that I won't say on air. Ondo is up to 140. Ondo sneaks around. Ondo is one of those coins that you think is $1 or $1.10. It sneaks around, okay? You think it's $1.10, you look back, it's 95 cents, or you look back, it's $1.40. I still think we are primed for that to go somewhere near $10 in this bull run. I know that's going to give it a $40 billion market cap. I know that, okay? Maybe it doesn't get there, maybe it gets to $6 or $7, but I am probably going to sell north of 5, okay? We're not far off from that. Gito is up. What else is up? Not many, actually. I bet there's a few losers today. I bet there are. So the Onyx coin, which I'd never heard of, that's down 14%. Pudgy Penguins is down. Pudgy Penguins, which is we've got to combine this. We said it yesterday. It's the Ethereum NFT project with the Ethereum Layer 2 abstract and the Solana-based meme coin. Okay? So there's a lot of jiggery pokery to do with that one. They're down 11%. That's going to have a bounce. I can't believe FET took a hit below $1. Now, obviously, we've got the issues with AI tokens at the minute. They've all taken a bit of a hammering. I wouldn't worry too much about that. The news doesn't make them bad projects, okay? Another one down here is Radium. We're going to talk about that. Jupiter is down here, but we're going to talk about Radium today. Radium is at $6.50. It was a lot lower than that not that long ago. So just because a coin is in the red today doesn't mean it's not had a good 6 months. Immutable, Official Trump, again, a few others down there. Not the end of the world, really. It's one of those mixed bag days. Now, we have a few X-Files to go over. We're not going to do too many charts today because we did them yesterday. Monday is the day where we look at the DXY, we look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. We don't need to do that today. We're going to go through. And remember, as I said, if you are in chat, say hello, drop a comment. We've got a few people in there. Also, smash the like button. Now then, X has partnered with Visa to offer direct payment solutions on the social media platform, Reuters reports. By the way, I think X has changed its layout for the worse. I'm not a fan of this absolutely ginormous left-hand side. It does crop our screen a little bit. This is just another step. Remember, X hasn't given up on micropayments and crypto wallets. It's just got to get all the pieces together. Getting Visa and MasterCard on board is just another step. We spoke yesterday about Ton having a payments layer 2. They're all moving towards the all-in-one app, the unified app, the app that does everything, okay? Now, ask yourself the question. Meta has had how many years to do this? Sat on its backside, done nothing, okay? Ton and X. X primarily under Musk's leadership, and Ton are both trying to create this unified app. They're having this little war between themselves. Whatever happens, we will win. Trump's World Liberty Finance bought Move minutes before it was announced that Movement Labs is among the firms discussing blockchain use within Elon Musk's Doge team. Is that insider trading? I would say yes, it is. Is there anything going to be done about it? No. Okay, but I keep saying to you, keep an eye on World Liberty Finance. It's the canary in the mine. You want to find out what's going to go on, you go and look at Liberty Finance. Okay, the US government deleted the XRP Ripple Labs litigation case from the website. We're going to look at this in a bit more detail later in the show, but this broke yesterday. Now, again, somebody somewhere is going to make an announcement, but Brad the Hitman Garlinghouse is, of course, on Trump's panel. If he's on Trump's panel, he'll have a word in Trump's ear. Trump will have a word in somebody else's ear. Probably not a word, probably a sentence or two, and then it will disappear. It will make it go away as if it never existed. Talking about going away and never existing again, I was wrong on Gary Gensler. I said Gary would go and work for BlackRock. and he isn't. He's decided that that move is too hot right now, and he's gone back to MIT to teach AI and blockchain tech. So he's moved from the SEC, he's gone back to his previous job. If you ask me, hats off to him for that. I think that's probably the best use of his intellect. But I still think at some point in the very near future, he is going to join an advisory board of BlackRock, okay? You can't have the ex-chair of the SEC who oversaw the crypto ETF revolution. You can't have him on the sidelines. He's going to be brought in some way, shape or form. So maybe it's a smokescreen. I would put my mortgage on BlackRock and Gary Gensler being said in the same sentence in the next 6 months, but he's gone to MIT. Now then, these are the top overall coins by development in the last 30 days. What does this mean? It doesn't mean these coins are going to go and 10x in the next week. What it means is these are the most active projects right now that are working on their roadmap, that are building. And we see some of the same names we talk about every day on this channel. We say the same thing every day. And that is, hang on 1 second. ADA, Chainlink, always in the top. Always in the top 10. Now, there are some newcomers. DeepBook. We covered DeepBook in a review video that we made 3 months ago. We did DeepBook. Massively, massively impressed by DeepBook, to the point where I bought more, and then I tweeted, and then I sold. Okay, so DeepBook is in there. It's basically a liquidity provider on SUI. That's a good one. Hedera, they are going to be involved with the American government in some way, shape, or form. ADA already is. ICP is up there. Don't fade ICP. I don't give a monkeys about the price of ICP right now. You either love it or you hate it. It's like Marmite ICP. If I ran a poll on ICP in chat, you'd probably find 60% hate it, 40% love it. I don't care. I like the project. I like what they're trying to do. Link is up there. Optimism Layer 2 is in there. Ethereum is up there, which is unusual to see. Now, again, it's an indication of what projects are working the hardest based on, I believe, the GitHub commits. That's all it is, okay? They're the hardest working chains. Hardest working does not necessarily mean they're going to come out the other end being the best. It just means they're carrying out more development than others. Now then, this is one of the things we've talked about before. When are too many NFTs too many NFTs? I've said that for 2 years. I'm going to say the same thing about ETFs. When are too many ETFs too many ETFs? We've had Tuttle apply for ETFs for the likes of Melania and Trump, okay? The regulators called them back and said, come on, okay? I think the SEC is being tested. It's like a little 2-year-old trying to test their parents to see how far they can push it. We don't want Melania. We don't want Trump. We don't want Bonk or Dog with Hat ETFs. We want the serious projects. We want the Chainlinks. We do want the Cardanos. We do want the Solana ETFs. You know, even XRP, even though Brad's being a bit of an arse at the minute, we do want them because they're legitimate projects. If you had to put your life savings on a project being here in 5 years' time, would it be Melania or would it be Chainlink? You are certainly not going to put your life savings on Melania being here in 5 years' time. So why would you buy and invest in an ETF for Melania that's likely to go to zero? It's absolutely ridiculous. I would have phoned them back and said some very, very brutal northern words, okay? And they would have heard what I was saying, okay? You can't just throw your finger in the air and say, I want that as an ETF. It's pointless. Now then, this is the top 70 list, okay? Now, one thing to bear in mind about this list was 30 companies. Then I showed it you probably 3 weeks ago, and I said the list had 60 on it. The list has now got 70 on it, okay? This is a list of treasuries. Excuse me. These are companies that own Bitcoin, okay? And again, people sleepwalk through adoption because you're in it. You're in the maelstrom. You don't see it. It's here. This is why I show you these things. There are companies on here that you have never heard of, but that's okay because that doesn't matter. What matters is when you hear the rumble on the mountain and you think, I think there's going to be an avalanche, okay? This is the rumble, okay? In 5 years' time, you're likely to see a list of the companies that don't have Bitcoin in their treasury. And that doesn't mean that everybody should convert their US dollars to Bitcoin. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that they will want to hold some level of exposure to Bitcoin. And like I said, there's companies on here that you've never heard of that hold 10, 100, 200 Bitcoin. The ones at the top, clearly you've heard of MicroStrategy, you've heard of Marathon, you've heard of Riot. Marathon and Riot, they are miners. CleanSpark is a miner. Then you've got Tesla, Galaxy, a few of those. You've heard of those. You won't have heard of any of these. But over time, this 20 or 30 is going to become 40 or 50. That's what's useful. It's knowing that there are companies out there that are buying Bitcoin. And the states in America are starting to buy Bitcoin. Okay? They're looking, I don't know if it was Texas or Alabama, one of them is looking to have a Bitcoin strategic reserve, and they'll probably front run the American government. And listen, on the other side of this, you're going to see posts from these shillfluencers saying the American government needs to buy all the Bitcoin right now. It's the end game. It's the end. We have to buy it. Go and buy all the Bitcoin. If we don't do it tomorrow, it's the end of the world. Okay? Rubbish. Okay? It's going to happen over a period of time. Metaplanet is trying to raise money to buy Bitcoin in Japan. Okay? Now, again, they are the Japanese MicroStrategy. They have decided that they want to buy 21,000 Bitcoin by 2026. Okay? They're doing it because they think the same as Saylor, which is Bitcoin is going to be an inflation hedge. The Japanese economy, the American economy, the European economies over the next 5 or 10 years are probably going to go through some peaks and troughs. Bitcoin is going to, over that same period of time, probably outpace inflation and outpace the stock market for at least the next 4 or 5 years. By the next bull run, maybe we'll have a market cap where Bitcoin can't do that. I know Saylor is talking about 14% annualized returns. If you look at the stock market traditionally, I think it's about 7% annualized returns. So yes, Bitcoin could outpace or 2x that of the stock market. But at some point, that's going to stop when the size of Bitcoin reaches a point where it's just too difficult to add 10% a year. So we might see 15, 20% this year, 15, 20% on average for the next 3 or 4 years. This is a wise move. The question is, what do we do when the stock market starts to outperform Bitcoin? Will there be a sea change by these companies that switch? Who knows? So they're going to buy 21,000 by 2026. They want $745 million. It's the largest ever capital raise for Asia's largest ever capital raise for Bitcoin. And the issuance is part of their Bitcoin first, Bitcoin only strategy. Now, again, what would I say about this? You probably at some point in the last week thought about selling your crypto if you're new. Some people are in chat panicking, saying, you know, I might get out now and wait for the dip to finish and then get back in. These companies are talking in years. You are thinking in terms of hours. Your thinking needs to change. My thinking is months, not years, because I am thinking of potentially November. If you are 20 years of age, you should be buying Bitcoin every week. $5, $10, $20. Buy Bitcoin every single week for the next 10 years of your life. That is a simple strategy. Forget everything else we talk about on here. Just buy a little bit of Bitcoin every single week. There are charts upon charts showing you how much money you would have if you did that. Even if you bought monthly, $200 a month, $100 a month of Bitcoin for the next 10 years is probably going to go a long way to setting you up for the rest of your life. I, however, am not 20. I do not have that additional 40, 50, 60 years. So there's no point in me having a 20-year plan. You, if you are that age, even if you're 35, 40, you should have that plan. Japan is thinking in terms of years. MicroStrategy, they're thinking in terms of years. Get out of looking at the chart every day and thinking about buying or selling, because that's not, you're looking at the ant there, okay? And you're seeing the ant face. You need to come out and look at the colony of ants. Then you need to come out and look at the forest. MicroStrategy, look at the forest. You're looking at the ant head. Come out and understand that you need to stop panicking about your crypto. And if you want to play in the markets, like we've said before, go and buy some meme coins. Go and research AI. Go and research real world assets. Go and research deep in projects. Go and spend your time away from looking at your portfolio, because you're going to get distracted and you're going to go and buy Trump coin, and then you're going to have a big facepalm moment in 2 or 3 years' time when Trump token is down at a $50 million market cap and Bitcoin is 3x'd. So this is great for Bitcoin and it's great for crypto in general. It gets the name out there. When you see these large companies buying into crypto, retail look at that and go, so it's not a scam, okay? The more and more you see of that, the better. Now then, let's wait for this to load. Good morning to whoever is in chat. I didn't see the messages in chat. Good morning to you all. Con is here and Solo Sky is here. Good morning to you. And Eugene deleted his good morning message. I think that's going to be an accident. Right then. So this I found and I thought, oh, okay. So we have Mr. Dalal or Miss Dalal telling you what you should do according to this top trader if you're getting into crypto today. And I saw the article and I thought, I'm going to read this because I'm going to agree with some of it and completely disagree with some of it. But we'll go through it on its merits. That's what we do. It's easy for me to sit here and just preach. But by showing you these things and having a comparison, I'm giving you two different aspects, okay? Believe the article and don't believe me, or believe me and don't believe the article. It's simple. I could sit here in a chair in front of a fire like Jordan Peterson and preach to you every day, but you have no other basis upon which to base your decision. These articles help some way to do that. Now, this, according to a prominent trader, okay, this is altcoin Sherpa, well respected. That's point number one. He thinks this is a portfolio to hold in this market, okay? And he goes through it in depth. He talks about them in depth, but we're going to stick to the actual breakdown of altcoin Sherpa's portfolio. Let's make sure it fits on the screen so you can see it properly. I think that should be okay for you to see. So, what do I think of this portfolio? Let's go through it one by one. Bitcoin and Solana, they are the two standout coins in there. Should you hold those two tokens? Yes, absolutely, 100%. Hyperliquid, Hype. I am part of a NFT project, which I'm not going to mention the name of, and they are really good at what they do. They invest in projects. I think I mentioned them a few weeks ago. They got into a couple of projects early on, and now they've 30x'd our investment. the NFT it's like $100, $150. It's ridiculously low value compared to the assets under management. They have gone after Hyperliquid. So based on somebody else's opinion, that's also a good pick. I haven't done enough research into it to say yes or no. Dogecoin, hate it with a passion. Can't stand Dogecoin. If Dogecoin imploded into a singularity and disappeared off the face of the earth to the point where nobody ever remembered Dogecoin again, I would be happy, okay? I think it's trash. I think there are better meme coins out there. Shiba Inu, for example. Now, Trump, would I hold the Trump coin? Part of me wants to say no, but part of me understands why buying it at $29 might not be a bad idea. It's associated with a pro-crypto president of America, a pro-crypto establishment, and that coin, you could argue, represents the popularity of Donald Trump in crypto. Now, at the minute it's low. Why? Because the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve is being called a crypto strategic reserve because Brad the Hitman Garlinghouse is trying to wedge XRP in there and saying, come on, bros, trust me, we need to come together. We need to make a crypto. This is our one and only chance. No. So Trump is likely to go up. People talk about $100. $100 would put it at $18 billion market cap. That's not out of the equation. So yes, I'm on that one. And the coin I'm not going to mention. The coin I'm not going to mention is down 50%. I wouldn't go near that coin. I would look at other coins, other meme coins, other AI projects, other real-world asset projects, other emerging projects. I'm not a fan of buying. I'm not a fan of a coin that gives itself a stupid name. There are other AI tokens that I like. Virtuals I like, for example. So overall, there's 3 solid picks, 1 okay pick, and then 2 coins that I wouldn't touch. But overall, if you came to me and said, I have put $10,000 into this portfolio, I would be like, okay, well, it's sensible, it's diversified. You've got the large caps, you've got the emerging markets, you've got a bit of AI, and then you've got a bit of meme coins. It's not bad. And it's 6 tokens. And when we talk about having a portfolio in here, we talk about having 6 to 8 tokens. I know some of you have got 30 tokens, but how on earth do you keep up to date with the updates? You don't buy a project last year and then never look at it again until next November and then go, why has Chainlink gone down 95%? Because the entire board left in February. Visa and MasterCard tore up the contracts. Nobody's using it and everyone's gone to Pyth. Okay? I'm not saying that's happening or going to happen. What I'm saying is, if you don't keep on top of the projects that you're invested in, how do you know what's going on? I can keep an eye on Trump. I could keep an eye on those other tokens quite easily because you simply go to their X account and go follow notifications for all 6. That's all you got to do. It's easy. So again, I'd give that a 7 out of 10 as a portfolio. There are things in there that I wouldn't buy. But on the whole, if you are new to crypto and you want to get in, they are decent coins. I mean, of course, there's coins that you'd put in there. I would hold ADA and XRP just because of their association with Trump. There are other coins I'd put in there. I can't believe it's not got Ethereum in it. But Ethereum is going through a bad press moment. People are bashing the press. The press are bashing it, which is pretty much fine. What are the best meme coins to buy, says Edwin. Funnily enough, Edwin, we're going to do a stream tonight where we talk about meme coins. What I would do is I would go to CoinMarketCap. I would bring up the category called memes, and I would look at meme coins between 300 million and a billion. And I would buy 5 or 6 of those coins that you like. There's no point in chasing a $10 million meme coin. It's likely to go to zero. There's no point in buying Doge or even maybe SHIB because the market caps are too high. You're not going to get the return. Buy the likes of Mew, maybe even PopCap, which has come down a lot. Dog with Hat, that's come down a fair bit. Buy some of those meme coins, ones that have been around for about 6 months. If you follow the hype, it will be good for a while and then everything will crash because the eyes will come off. And if they've got no community, it's going to zero. Now, the SEC has removed the Ripple lawsuit from its website, as the case moves to the appeal court. That is the headline, which you should all digest. What does this mean? 12 months ago, we had a potential fine for Ripple. We had a second part of the court case going on with Ripple. We had Gary Gensler. We had Ripple backs against the wall, fighting for crypto, whatever it might be. 12 months later, look at where we are. We are 10x higher. We're at $3 for Ripple. My target is $5 to $7 for the end of the bull run. We're already at $3. Gary Gensler has gone back to a whiteboard to scribble inane and undecipherable notes on a board. Sleepy Joe has gone. Bitcoin Trump has come in to power. The SEC accepted or will be accepting the fine, and the rest of the lawsuit has gone. Okay? We're in a different place. We're in a different world. If I'd met me 12 months ago, and I said to me back then, SEC case is in the bag, it's all done, Trump's going to win the election, XRP is going to be at $3, and Brad Garlinghouse is going to be sitting next to Donald Trump, I'd probably categorize myself as crazy, mad, insane, okay? But that's where we are. Things move a long way. 1 year in crypto is 20 years in something else. Crypto is moving very quickly right now because it's an expanding market. So it's been removed. They've removed the actions from its website. The civil actions were removed from the record at Ripple's request. April the 16th is the deadline for the appeal. I don't imagine that they're going to appeal. Okay? So, but it's been removed. I logged in, and the last entry is Ripple's request for a time extension to file its brief. The case status is still listed as active, though that may change soon. So what we have, or what we appear to have, is Trump, his establishment, the Crypto 24 committee, moving towards cleaning up the issues. And it's not just Ripple, remember. We also had Ethereum was issued with a Wells notice. That's gone. So Ethereum appears to be in the clear. Ripple appears to be in the clear. The musings of some of the Biden administration that they were going to go after other coins seems to have gone. You've got the likes of Robinhood adding back in coins onto their website. You've got the exchange paying its fine yesterday and cleaning decks, and that seems to have gone. So this, I think, is just washing the floor of all of the last 4 years. And I can't see for the life of me the SEC pursuing Ripple when Brad is sitting next to Donald Trump. It just doesn't sit that it's going to happen. So doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, said Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse about the appeal. Stuart Alderoty, the chief legal officer, has characterized it as a rehash of already failed arguments. They are going to pay that fine. Good, let them pay the fine. It's peanuts. It's a drop in the ocean. Look at the value of XRP and look at the value of the fine. Now, again, the issue with Ripple is, and I've seen a lot of this on X in the last few days. If you hold X, you're a clown. If you hold X, you don't believe in crypto. If you hold X, then you don't understand Bitcoin. I keep seeing all of these comments on X. Ignore them all. Ignore them all. If you'd put $1,000 into XRP 2 years ago when we said you'd have $10,000 today, and I know that because it's part of our $15,000 portfolio, and our $1,000 that we put in, or whatever it was, $1,200 that we put in, is now worth $13,000. Okay? Don't listen to anybody else. It's your portfolio. Now, somebody calling you names for holding a coin is different to a fundamental problem. If somebody goes on to X and says, listen guys, Brad Garlinghouse is going to get arrested. Ripple is going to be in the pan. They're going to get banned. That's different. If it's based on facts, it's different. But somebody calling you nasty names because you hold Cardano or you hold XRP or you hold ICP If it hasn't moved, fine, it hasn't moved, but you're not a clown for holding it. The same with the likes of Solana. Lots of people out there call Solana a scam chain, okay? That's part jealousy, part misdirection, if you want to call it that. Partly it's true, obviously with the wash trading, with meme coins and things like that. But no chain, there is not one single chain out there that is perfect, okay? Abstract launched 2 days ago. It's in a bit of a mess, okay? Stats aren't updating. The NFT marketplace, everything's under $100, whatever, okay? It's not without its fault. Ethereum, they all have faults, but don't let anyone call you a clown. If you've bought Ripple at 50 cents, you're 6x up. If it goes to $5, you're 10x up. Those people calling you a clown don't care that that's going to pay off your mortgage, buy you a car, put your kids through school, build your pension pot. No, they don't care about that. They just want to call you a clown. Ignore them, okay? This is great news for Ripple and great news for your bags, and that is all that matters. It's the same as these people who get jealous, you know. One crypto user turned $5 into $5 million in 12 hours by buying dog with goat head. One person, it's like the lottery, we say it before. Do you have this much FOMO about people that win the lottery in your country? I don't. Somebody won $35 million on the lottery. Congratulations, well done. Don't waste it, okay? Somebody wins goat coin, gets goat coin and turns $10,000 into $10 million. Good for you. I'm not that person, okay? You're not that person. Run your own race. Radium is becoming the leading Solana DEX. It's not becoming, it is the leading Solana DEX. And it has been probably now for a year. There was Radium and Orca. Orca doesn't seem to have lost its way. Radium seems to be pulling ahead. That's the way I would look at it. Excuse me. I wish this cold would leave. It's got record volumes and could overtake Uniswap as the top DEX. Again, there is a funny little synergy to bear in mind with Radium, with Orca. I think Meteora, it's called. I think they're a DEX as well. They all sit on the same blockchain as Jupiter. And Jupiter is an aggregator. It's not a DEX. So Radium and Jupiter work hand in hand. If Jupiter wins, Radium and Orca win. That's simply how it is. WolfSwap is an aggregator across different chains. Jupiter is going to become an aggregator across different chains. In fact, all the chains, and it wants to create a single hub for you to buy and sell your crypto. So without Jupiter, Radium probably wouldn't be putting in record returns because there's so much volume going through Jupiter that Radium wouldn't have got there on its own. Now, Radium is doing 50% of the volume on Solana. Pretty impressive. It is likely to overtake Uniswap, as is Jupiter. I think the Solana DEXs and money processing is going to overtake Uniswap in the near future. Uniswap hasn't really moved an awful lot. They are going to work on gamification and all that kind of stuff, yes. But the momentum is with Jupiter. So Radium is becoming the main hub for Solana. Memes, again, look into that how you want. Memes, money goes from one meme to another. That's massive volume. It doesn't matter if it's the same money. If you look at trading volume on an exchange and they say we've done $1 trillion a month, that's probably $100 million buying and selling tokens. So trading volume is just how much money has been purchased and sold of various different coins. That's all it is. So it's currently second in trading volume amongst decentralized exchanges. Uniswap is number one. The gap is minimal. 4.589 versus 4.543 now. Now, again, we've been covering these things for 2 years. 2 years ago, this gap was immense. it's now no longer immense. We've covered the fact that Solana has now overtaken Ethereum for trading volume. It's nowhere near the TVL and the stablecoin markets, of course, but it shows the activity on the chain. If the stablecoin volume is a lot lower, but the trading volume is a lot higher, that means there's more trading going on Solana than Ethereum. Okay? Not saying that's right or wrong, but we are really close. Now, this is a really good graph. If you look at Radium, the big blue one at the bottom, and Orca, they make up 75% of the volume. Meteora is coming in at 10, Phoenix is coming in at 10. It's healthy at the moment. What you don't want is you don't want one DEX to have all the volume, because then that drives prices up for you because there's no competition. So you do want the Orcas, the Phoenix and the Meteoras to hold 40, 50%. I think if Radium goes to 90% of the volume, that's not a good, healthy sign for the market. You hear people who run these exchanges say the same thing. Competition is good because competition drives innovation, and that's what we need. And it's the same with Jupiter. Jupiter has to constantly evolve because there's somebody in the aisles waiting to take them over. So what information should you take from this? Very simply put, Radium and Orca are going to be the leading DEXs on the leading chain for volume. And in a bull run, the volume is likely to 3, 4, 5, 10x from here. If that's the case, the revenues generated by Radium and Orca are also going to 3, 4, 5, 10x. If that's the case, the coin is going to do exceptionally well. Now, of course, we're at the end or coming to the end of the bull run. Okay, is there a chart? That's a terrible chart. We're at the end of the bull run. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Radium is going to 20x. It won't. Now, if it 5x's, brilliant. It's currently at $6. So you're looking at a $30, $35 Radium. We're talking about February to November at the latest. Okay, so we're talking about 9 months to maybe make 300 or 400% on your coins. It's not a bad play. And I know some of you out there have got Radium. I don't hold Radium, I hold Jupiter. Because if Jupiter wins, Radium wins. If Radium wins, Jupiter wins. Symbiosis. So I don't hold any Radium, I don't hold any Orca, but that doesn't mean they're not good buys. I can't own every coin. We've had that conversation before. Simply because you can't keep up to date with it. You know, we looked at Radium and Orca 6 months ago. The percentage that Radium had was a lot lower than it is now. Right then, moving on. What time is it? 11:42, and we have 2 articles to go. So we've got plenty of time. I can have a little breather. The XEN hype is BS. What I would say about coins that come out of nowhere, shoot up, they will always come down. And that goes for every coin. Gotius Maximus was the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's fallen by the wayside. There was another coin I saw today, actually, that's down about 97%. Can't remember the name. That was another meme coin. These coins will have great runs. And even Ondo is a perfect example. I might bring up the Ondo chart to give you it as an example, because lots of coins go along the Ondo path and then retrace. And the key with, was it XDC you said? I think it's XDC. That's the one that's down about 40% today. XCN, sorry, not XDC, XCN. The key is, if it's a valid, solid project that's going to make money and be profitable, then this is a retracement to find a fair price, and then it will move on up. If this is a flash in the pan meme coin with nothing underneath and it's built on sand, it's going to go to zero. Okay? There are a lot of coins out there that are nowhere near their all-time highs, that have moved nowhere near their all-time highs this bull run. Okay? And they will not go near their all-time highs this bull run. And that is a problem for a lot of people holding a lot of coins. and I'm not going to mention names, but so we'll have a look at Ondo and I'll give you an idea of what could happen. But Ondo, okay, I sound like a stuck record. I really do, okay, and I apologize for it. But what have I been saying about BlackRock and Ondo and traditional finance? They will go to Ethereum, establish their base on Ethereum. It's the biggest chain with the most stable coin liquidity. Where will sharks go in an ocean? Will they go to the part of the sea where there are no fish? Or will they go and chase the schools of fish? It's so obvious they will go to Ethereum. There is, what is it, $100 billion, $80 billion worth of stable coins on Ethereum. Where are they going to go first? They're going to go there. Why is World Liberty Finance buying Ethereum every day? Because of the liquidity. That's where they go. And when they are feeding on the fish, they look and they see a school of turtles and they think, fed up of eating fish, gonna go and eat some turtles now. Most of the sharks stay eating the fish, and then some of them swim off and start to eat the turtles. Don't tell me in chat that sharks don't eat turtles. I don't care. It's an analogy. Ondo. Where did it go after Ethereum? It went to Solana. Where would I have told you it was going after Ethereum? Solana. Where has it gone next? I would have given you a choice of 3 or 4 different places. I'd have said Cardano is primed because now we have Charles on the seat table with Brad and Trump. Cardano would be number 1. XRP would be there. You don't have to have a crystal ball to see what's coming next. Ondo, BlackRock, they're going to go to all the chains. They're going to go to all the chains that have some level of retail or liquidity. And it's the most obvious play in the world, okay? It's like that meme of death with the scythe that's opening the doors. It's at the first door, which is Ethereum. You then know the second door is going to be Solana. You know the third door is likely to be Cardano or XRP. And then the door after is likely to be Cardano or XRP. So where do I expect to see Ondo go next? Cardano. What's being added to the Cardano blockchain? The XRP stablecoin. It's so obvious. And I don't see anybody talking about it. All I see is people saying, if you hold XRP, you're a clown. That doesn't help you, okay? If somebody blasphemes in the street, okay, depending on where you live, of course, you might think a little bit less of them. But if that guy owns the best butcher or baker in your town, you're still going to go and buy your bread and meat from him, okay? This black and white nonsense has to stop, okay? Ondo is going to spread its wings, okay? Now, we talked about the fact that XRP last year, we spoke about this last year, XRP was adding smart contracts. It was going to build out DeFi, and it was going to build a stablecoin. Again, 6 months later, it's such an obvious play. It's such an obvious play that people can't see what's right in front of their eyes because they don't read this content. They just sit there and go, Brad Garlinghouse is such a bad man. Okay, I don't like him at the minute. Of course I don't. But don't knock what's being built in front of your eyes. Traditional finance is coming. Do you think BlackRock is going to build a 24/7, 365 tokenized stock trading exchange with crypto? Do you think they're going to do that without the likes of Ethereum, without the likes of Solana, without the likes of XRP? Imagine that they build a stock exchange and it's on Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Cardano. Imagine. Why wouldn't, if I was in a room with Brad Garlinghouse now and Larry Fink, that's exactly what I'd be telling them. You want a stock exchange on every blockchain which accepts any currency, where one person can have a Phantom wallet or a MetaMask wallet and they can hold Apple stock in their Phantom wallet, okay? And all of these companies, synthetics, the people that are already doing it right now, fine, they're still doing it. But BlackRock are going to want to do that everywhere. It's so obvious. You have to be blind not to see what's going. Okay? Ondo's gone to Ripple. It's going to go to Cardano. Ripple is going to go to Cardano. Ripple is going to go to Solana. In fact, yes, it is. PayPal, which is on Solana, where do you think that's going to go next? My money would be on PayPal trying to get into Ethereum. They've gone the other way. I think they're going to try and get into the Ethereum chain if they're not already there. So don't knock stuff like this. It's so obvious that it's going to happen. By the end of this year, you're going to have all of these influencers going, oh, I can't believe Ondo's everywhere. It's so obvious. I'm not making this stuff up. It's happening in front of your eyes. Right, then. We're going to show you very quickly the Ondo chart because Eugene asked a very good question. So we're going to answer that question. I've no idea why TradingView has started to do this. So you'll have to bear with me. It gives me time to have a drink of water and calm down, I suppose. I'm too old to be getting annoyed. Or maybe you just get more annoyed when you get older. We had a show in the UK and there was a guy on it and he was an old man and he got annoyed by everything and he had an expression which is, I don't believe it. That was his expression. That's what he said. And I've not got to that stage yet, but he's 80 and I'm not that old yet, but I'm going to get to the stage where I'm going to be saying, I don't believe it. I know it's coming. Right then, this takes me to Ethereum. And again, this is one of those things that annoys the pants out of me. We changed the view of the chart we're looking at. And in the past, it would just stay on the chart. And now, and again, I don't know why, it's taking me off to the previous chart I was on. Ondo. Okay, so let's go to the here. Okay. Oh, bloody typical. Right. Let's start down here. Right. So this is the pre-hype phase of a coin. This is where the clever people, there's a lot of streamers out there who are super bright, super bright, that do research into coins, who don't get the publicity they deserve. I've seen like they've got like 3, 4, 5,000 followers, and they'll do a deep dive on Ondo as it comes out, before the hype phase, before it appears on Cointelegraph. And they'll be saying, this is great, they're tied into BlackRock, they're launching this coin, the roadmap is telling you it's going to do this, that, and the other. And then, like XLC or whatever it's called, it will do this. And it will go to potentially what you could argue is a slightly overbought price. Now, how do we know it's overbought? Because we look at the RSI, which got up to 85. Okay? Then you will message me and say, do we buy this coin here? And I will say, look at this graph, look at how far it's broken out, look at the RSI, 85, bit high. It's probably gone to all-time high, which it has. It's putting a new all-time high. I think it's going to retrace, and it's going to retrace to a support zone. Now, I just drawn this, okay? I'm not making this up. This is real time. Look where the price came down to, okay? It came and wiggled a little bit at one fib level, and then it came down to the bull market support band. And what did it do? It bounced, okay? So where would I be telling you to buy Ondo? I would have told you to buy Ondo at about $1.15, okay? Previously, I've said $1 was a good price for Ondo. It's now $1.15. That's where the bull market support band is. In fact, I probably would have told you anywhere about here. Anywhere about here. If you'd have said, should we buy it at $2? I'd have said, it could very well come back down. If there's a correction, it's going to come down to $1, which means you'll get double the tokens if you wait. It's come down. The bull market support band moved up slowly. It's now sitting at $1.40. So the next question is, where is it going to go next? Very simply put, I would say somewhere like that, 171. Now, if we compare that to XCN, now let's see if we can get a chart for XCN. We might not be able to. So now you can see my thinking. And is my thinking Does my thinking work on every single coin? Probably not. Okay, now let's go to the 8 hour to spread it out a bit. Now, we don't really have an awful lot to work on, do we? Okay. We don't have a lot to work on because it's just launched. Now, do you remember what I just showed you a minute ago? The clever people were talking about it down here, pre-hype. And what happened? We went straight up. But we didn't, did we? Look what we did. We found resistance. We found resistance. So when we come down, where do I think we are going to come to? Well, first of all, because we have resistance, it did break below that, which is fair enough. So the next area down here for me would be this. It's a bit far down, but that's coming in at 50% from where we are now. But that would be one area I would keep an eye on. What could happen with this is it does that. Now, again, look at the RSI. We got up to, at this point, we got up to 90, about 92. Then it retraced a little bit. Then we got up to 85. Well, isn't that a coincidence? Because Ondo got to 85 and retraced. So, RSI starting to come round again, starting to do that. Maybe this is the level of resistance, support that was resistance. Maybe we then start to move back up. And again, can't see anything that stops it on the way down. So I would look probably at 3.5 cents. So it's either going to 1.3 or 3.5 cents. It's going there. It's going there. But again, I don't know enough about the coin. I'm probably not going to go and research it. But if we start to see this, then I would look at selling it there and then get out. Take your profit. I don't care where it goes to. Take your profits. You're looking at maybe a, what's that, 30% profit. But I don't know enough about the project. If, like Ondo, it does the same thing, it's going to find support and it's going to move up. Again, if it's not, there's loads of meme coins which have, over the last 3 months, they've been all over the press and then they disappear. And I try and avoid them, but you can't help it because people just want to talk about meme coins all the time. So, like the guy in chat, what are the best meme coins to buy? The best meme coins to buy, in my opinion, are the ones that have been around for 6 months. That's a simple answer, okay? A meme coin that came out last week with a $1 billion market cap is going to do nothing other than go down. Now, it might come down and go back up. That's the point I was trying to make then. Ondo is not a meme coin, but it went from when the clever people talked about it all the way up to $2 and whatever, and then it's come down and it's found support at 115, and now it's 140. Again, it got overbought, it retraced to find maybe a natural price, and now it's gone back into speculation and moving on up. That is how I would play it. And again, I wouldn't buy anything that's ripped like that. There was a coin that dropped last week. I think it went up 1,500%, and I got an airdrop of it and I sold it. And I've never looked at that coin ever again because I don't care where it goes to. I've made 1,500% profit on it. It wasn't a lot, doesn't matter, does it? But the point of the matter is, you've got to take profit. You know, I've been taking little bits of profit all along the way over the last couple of months. Not a lot, a few $100 here, a few $100 there. Why? I wanted to go and buy a milk maker. I wanted to buy a new vacuum cleaner. I wanted to buy a new laptop. I wanted to buy lots of things. It's not a lot of money to come out of the portfolio, but it's profit that I haven't missed because I didn't have it to start with. You know, the same when I sell the XRP, the portfolio that we've been showing you for 2 years. When we sell that $1,500 or $1,200 or $1,000 XRP, whatever it might be, if that goes to $15,000 or $20,000, that's serious money, okay? But that's one of the portfolios. Remember, we're trying to turn 15,000 into 100,000. And at the minute, our 15,000 is worth 54,000. So we're halfway there. One pump at the end of this bull run, and we've turned 15,000 into 100,000. All the videos are there to prove it. okay? All the evidence that we stick to our principles is recorded on the internet, okay? We are not like these other people that put videos up, and if it doesn't come true, we take it down. That $15,000 portfolio could be now worth $16,000 today, and we'd have a bit of egg on our faces. But we didn't. Now then, hacker steals $29 million worth of SUI from unsuspecting victim on-chain investigation. This investigation was done by Zach XBT, I believe, who is a solid key player in the market. He's very helpful. He helps everybody out. They've given him some money recently and people moaned about it. Go away. If he's made a couple of $1 million out of it and he's saved hundreds of millions of dollars, who cares? Leave him alone. $3 million is life-changing money for him. I don't care. He deserves it. A recent on-chain investigation indicates a hacker plundered $29 million worth of Sol rival SUI from a single victim. Zach XBT uncovered the hack, which he notes occurred on December the 12th. Navy SEALs 12-month workout plan. Do you think they're trying to tell me something? The stolen funds were bridged from SUI to Ethereum via bridges and then deposited some at Tornado Cash in batches. The victim transferred their SUI domains to a new uncompromised address shortly after the theft. Current limitations with SUI block explorers and SUI analytics tools make the theft difficult to trace. Tornado Cash is the thing everyone's talking about at the time. We're talking about the fact that they got arrested, they got thrown in prison, and their defense was they were trying to make something anonymous and fair. My argument is it shouldn't exist. Okay, I am not a maxi. You shouldn't be able to put money into something and it come out the other end and nobody know it's you. Okay, I don't agree with it on the principle of you can have a certain level of privacy, which I agree you should have. Things like Tornado Cash are used to wash money, and it is illegal and it is wrong and it's not something that should be used. And I agree it should have been shut down. What I think of them going to prison is something different, but it shouldn't exist. So it was pushed through Tornado Cash, which means it's now gone. The firm said earlier this video, okay, the number 2.1 billion stolen in hacks, 835 million looted in scams. It's a lot of money, but when you realize the market is at 3.5 trillion, it's not. And remember, these numbers are going to go up as the value of crypto as an industry goes up. So 3.5 trillion today, 35 trillion in 10 years' time. We will be looking at thefts of 30 billion in that instance, if not more. So again, you're never going to completely get rid of fraud. You see all these people talking about, we're going to end fraud, we're going to end homelessness, we're going to end all of these things. You can't end them. They don't get ended. You can improve them, but you can't end them. There's always going to be somebody who wants to sleep on the streets, who wants to not be with people. You're always going to get hacks. People are going to send it to the wrong address. You still have it with the telephone. The telephone's been around for God knows how many years. You still get telephone scams. You can limit it. Banks not letting you take your money out in cash is one way to do it, but you're not going to get rid of them. And I think what we should aim to do is not allow things like Tornado Cash. And I think we should remember what we tell you. If you're watching us on an exchange, which most of you are, keep your money there, turn two-factor authentication on, turn SMS on, turn anti-phishing codes on. When you go to the security section on your exchange, if it gives you a rating, which it may or may not do, can't remember, make sure you've got everything turned on. Keep your money as safe as possible, okay? You wouldn't leave your front door open and then your safe door open and then leave an arrow on the floor pointing safe this way, would you? No, you'd lock your front door, lock your safe, put it behind a painting of me, and not leave an arrow on the floor. Same thing with an exchange. If your email address gets compromised and you've got two-factor authentication turned on and you've got your SMS turned on and your anti-phishing codes, all that things turned on, even if they hack your email address, it's difficult to get into your account and withdraw the funds. Some of them have got trading passwords. Again, if your email address is hacked, they can change some things, but they can't withdraw if you've got SMS and everything else turned on. They make it as difficult as possible. So just stay safe, everybody. And now, before we go, because it's the end of the stream, it is 12:04. This is tonight at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. is 7 hours from now. 7 hours from now, we're going to do the first one we've done since October. Remember, I had a poorly eye, had an eye operation. I can see better now. We are going to do the first studio stream of the year, okay? And we're looking forward to it. Hopefully it's going to work. Again, it's the first time we've done this, and it's going to be interactive, and it may go horribly wrong. And if it does, the fallback is to do the crypto warehouse wheel of fortune, where we spin and we win, and you win, and we take it from there. But anyway, 7 hours from now, bookmark that stream. I've not put it everywhere yet, but bookmark that stream. Follow us, subscribe to us. We give money away as best we can. I gave a red packet away to you half an hour ago. So we do give money away as much as we can. We don't have the biggest budget in the world because we're not the biggest channel in the world, and we're aiming to try and fix that. So we do what we can. But thanks for watching. Take care. See you in 7 hours. And remember, stay safe.